Canada, it's much more convenient. It feels better to deny that Satanism is rampant in America and Canada. It feels better to deny that we have young people by the millions now captivated in something that can make killers out of them. And yet, my friend, right now, there are over 12 million teenagers and younger children who are now involved in the occult in one way or another. And denying it isn't going to make any difference. See, whether you believe in occultism, whether you believe that Satan has power, whether you believe that Satan can give you the things that he's promised in these kids, that's immaterial, my friend, because they believe it.
Satan is glorious, Satan is great, Jesus sucks, whatever.
You know, you all are crazy, you're terrible, what are you all thinking there in Oklahoma? I'm going to pray to God that you all die in an accident. And then his closing salvo was words we can't say on camera. I mean, it was basically bleep you, bleep holes, in all shouty caps and exclamation points.
He wishes to unlock the gates of this prison to release the devil from hell and thereby destroy the cosmos.
A Christian is a sheep. He's a fucking weak-minded moron who is enslaved and does what he's told to do.
They like swords, I don't fucking like you.
Yeah, play D&D. I like being a dungeon master.
And as I interrogated it, it finally admitted it was there by a curse. I said, where'd the curse come from? And it said, a witch. And just...
As has already been reported in our local newspapers, on the internet, and on the evening news, a satanic black mass has been scheduled for September 21st in Oklahoma City's Civic Center.
Well, I can make it completely convoluted, or I can just say it like it is. I worship myself. I view myself as Satan. I'm not the only Satan. Satan is a title.
It's not like every night I go home and light black candles and then, you know, bow down before some deity. I mean, that's not what it is at all. It's more of a way of life, the way that I carry myself.
You have to know yourself, you have to be comfortable with the animal that you are, the beast that you are, and know that you're going to do things that other people consider amoral or immoral. But as long as you're gratified in the end, and you don't feel guilty because of it, why should you stop?
The best way that I can think of to put it is it's a veneration of the free will. Everybody's got free will. It's a great gift. It's the most holy of gifts. If you denigrate somebody else's free will, you denigrate your own.
Exercising your own free will without impeding the free will of others. I would say that's what Satanism is, in a sentence. Or I don't know if that was a sentence. It was kind of a run-on sentence.
My studies have led me to the origins of the devil, which is Angkor Menu, and he comes from Zoroastrianism, which is the first dualistic religion in the world. Meaning there's one good versus one evil. Everything else before them was polytheistic.
This was history's first monotheism, first moral dualism, promoting good versus evil, first religion to believe in a devil, an end of time, and a final judgment.
And he was originally called the angry spirit, the destructive spirit. That's what Angkor Menu stands for.
Does it bother you that he is the face for Satanism in Oklahoma right
Yeah,
now?
of course it bothers me, because he's the absolute worst person for it.
He's worshiping something other than himself, and to worship something other than yourself is an insult.
My name is Adam Daniels. I am the Daster. The Dogma of Angkor Menu. Daster is a Zoroastrian term for high priest. I have the ugliest, dirtiest marks on my record that can be fathomed in this society, and yet I still walk my path. I am still a warrior. I still go after my goals. I let nothing hold me back.
After we kicked him out, he was silent for about a year, and then he came back as he was a Satanist associated with some groups in New York and Boston area. He eventually had a falling out with them.
Okay, we are a completely separate entity from Satanism, paganism, Wicca, any of it. You name it, we're completely different.
Do you consider him to be a Satanist?
No. Of course he's not. He's a sex offender.
And now it's the angry Mongu or whatever. He says he worships an angry spirit. As far as I'm concerned, he has nothing to do with Satanism.
What makes us different is obviously we're taking on the moniker of worshiping the devil. And the major difference is we see the devil as equal to, if not more powerful, than Ahura Mazda, a.k.a. Jehovah, Yahweh, and so forth.
They're devil worshippers, and they're an apocalyptic movement. So they seek to promote the end of creation.
As the Nazis tried to destroy all the Jews, I believe that we should allow the Christians, the Jews, and the Muslims to destroy themselves when it comes to. They want to use Satanists. No, I don't want to be a part. I don't want to be considered anything to do with Satanists. I don't care if they're theistic, atheistic. No, I don't want anything to do with it. Because their concept and how they do things, as far as I'm concerned, lack integrity and lack honor. But since we received our first death threat with guns from our own camp, I thought I'd allow my own camp to see what could possibly be done with melee weapons, as everybody knows I'm barred from having that. This church, in many ways, is founded on a warrior-type basis that has honor and integrity. We do things in the light, and we'll stand up to our enemies, and we will get in their face and fight them face to face.
Congratulations! Tom, you have received the biggest douchebag of the Universe Award, presented by the Church of Ornament. And if motherfuckers keep running their mouths, you can earn this great award too!
I am by Kelsey Daniels. I am Adam's wife and co-founder of this church. So, if you want to pick on someone, here I am. Come fucking pick on me.
James Hale. I'm the Lord High Master of the Church of the Four Crown Princes.
In the name of Satan, ruler of the earth, king of the world, I command the infernal legions to bestow their unholy power upon me.
As long as your beliefs are grounded in Satanism, then we accept membership from you.
I'm Sarah Chase. I am the Infernal High Mistress. I manage, I guess, the female side of the church, you should say. Could say.
I'm Dr. George J. Sigg. I'm an adjunct professor at the University of New Mexico. I'm a historian of religion specializing in esotericism and focusing now on new religious movements and minority religious movements.
At least with the term new religious movement, we're trying to say, we're taking you seriously, new, alternative, slightly, unusual religion. We're trying to approach you from a neutral ground and understand what you're about.
As far as Satanism, it's separate from magic. It's a way of life. It's a way of thinking. It's a set of philosophies that have been identified as Satanism, which LaVey did. If you believe in those philosophies, you're a Satanist. If you don't believe in those philosophies, then you're not a Satanist.
This is Satanism, actually. The acceptance without tolerance, as Anton said, is just a natural acceptance of people as they really are. And when you come right down to the essence of Satanism, isn't this really what Satanism is?
Feeling normal.
It's right.
Patronizing.
That's right. It's not tolerance.
Actually, we're perfectly normal.
It's knowledge and acceptance of people as they really are. It's reality. It's practicality.
Basically, you just be whatever you want, and as long as you're not inflicting upon the free will of others, then you're good.
Texas. What an asshole. God damn it. Come to my shit.
I wouldn't say it's normal life, no. When I first came to the church, I had my mate with me at the time. We got married. It was the first legal ordainment for the church.
I call forth. I'm gonna mind you.
About 4 months later, she split. So, yeah, right now I'm single. I'm on a solo. But that's how it goes. I mean, she couldn't hang with it. She told me things like, you're changing and I don't like it. Well, you have all the tools at your disposal to change with me.
And they do describe that a few months into the nightly devotional practices that involve demonic invocations, various blasphemous conjurations, and a focus on autoerotic masturbatory offerings. That, a few months into the practice, they associate it with intense self-transformation, psychological changes, and an experience of constant transgression.
I can't really speak to the extent that I've seen rituals go, but a high magic ritual is where the priest in the altar will copulate during ritual.
We do have a live altar that is ministrating, and if you read our material, you'll understand why that is important.
We're high school sweethearts. So. We've been together a long time, and we've been married for 15 years. So
they would be classified as anti-cosmic, which means they oppose the cosmic order in all its forms.
I proclaim death to all! Destroy every member of the enemy's herd! For there shall be no mercy behind the enemy's line! Dominocus!
Groups that believe they have a special role to play in the end time might be conceived of as potentially dangerous because they might take action to spur that on.
If it comes to bloodshed, it comes to bloodshed. I am preparing. I have done my time in the martial arts arena. I have worked in a maximum security prison. I say bring the violence.
But in general, lots of groups think about the end time, are concerned with it. Pretty much all Christians do, but almost every other religion does as well. That's what we're concerned with, what happens after this life.
Here's our church full of freaks, church full of juggalos and juggalettes, right? All here. So come at it.
Yeah, we are sitting right now in the Civic Center's what we call our City Space Theater. And here in just a few days, we're going to be hosting an event that is being put on by a local group that they are calling a Black Mass, in which they say that they are going to be invoking Satan and also exorcising the Holy Spirit from a certain individual.
If he performs it by the book, it's a violation of Oklahoma law, health codes, and it's pretty disgusting.
I think he's completely ridiculous. I think he's a clown, which is kind of funny because he affiliates with these insane clown posse people. I think it's perfect. He's just like a cute jester dancing around in front of the public.
Adam Daniels is, in my opinion, a complete and utter joke that happened upon the insane clown posse, who was also a joke, but figured out how to make it work by taking the biggest rejects in society and telling them that they're special, and that's basically who his membership is.
I am a juggalo. I love ICP. My favorite is actually Boondocks. I love Boondocks.
I got him in my sights, aimed him right between his eyes, feeling for the sight of blood squirting when the bullets fly. Decapitate a motherfucker with that heavy ammo, posted up on rooftop, dressed in black petites and camo.
There's a lot of the concepts surrounding what the Wicked Clowns talk about that are in congruence with what we do as well, which is why you'll see it, the symbology of it throughout our things. There's a lot of cohesiveness between the two.
4 years ago, or in 2010, we were approached. We had a different booking manager at the time, and we were approached by a gentleman by the name of James Hale, who at the time was affiliated with Mr. Daniels, and they wanted to put on a satanic exorcism right around Halloween time.
As I said on our website, Satan will be coming out of hell with his giblets attached.
We booked the event. They sold about 50 tickets that year, but in the middle of them preparing for the event, Mr. Hale and Mr. Daniels had a parting of the ways.
An interview came up that we were going to do at his house. When I typed in the address, there was a sex offender registration that came up with it. I saw that and immediately started to pull it up because I was going to call Adam and tell him some damn sex offender's using your address. Let's go kill him. Not literally.
Co-founder James Hale says he discovered the now former dark overlord who went by an alias Adam Smith is really Adam Daniels, a registered sex offender.
I did not rape anybody. I had consensual touching and making out with an inmate. I admitted to that. There's a subsect to the sexual battery law in Oklahoma. And the subsect is that if you're working for Department of Corrections, a person who is incarcerated by the Department of Corrections cannot legally give consent. It was a consenting relationship, but because she could not legally give consent, and I worked with IA on it, I got hit with sexual battery with a person under the age of 16.
Even if his version of events is correct, it's still rape, and it's power rape, and he's immediately started looking for a position of power upon losing that position of power.
We come back, and we come back again, to this side and this number. We've seen it on various occasions now.
Yes, the number 471, in case everybody in our viewing audience is curious. This is 471 days as the Church of Argument has gone without raping another person. We thought that every one of us should take an oath when we became a legal church not to rape anybody.
Grand idea. No, I don't think that it hasn't changed my view on Adam at all. And he was up front with me when we first met.
I have owned my guilt to this time. I have paid my 2 years probation without fail, without problem.
When he said sex offender, I wasn't like, oh my God, you monster, you're terrible. No, I was, oh wow, why? They explained why. I'm like, well, that's kind of fucked up.
I passed a lie detector test at the end of my probation, proving that I never forcibly done anything to anybody sexually. Proving that I never had done anything with a minor. Proving that I'm not a threat to society.
Everything that has happened in the past has helped make us more of who we are.
Well, I guess it would depend on what you do. I mean, a sex offense is completely unforgivable. No. We don't deal with sex offenders at all once we realize that someone has done something like that. Or, if someone isn't a sex offender and, attempts to, sexually assault somebody in the group or in public or what the fuck ever, I mean, no, we don't affiliate with you anymore, you're done.
And so Mr. Hale put that event on, and then in subsequent years, we've had 2 events with Mr. Daniels. One of them sold all of 12 tickets, and the other one sold 0. And so we were really surprised when he called us in May of this year and said he wanted to do another event. I believe that was very shortly after the Harvard Black Mass was canceled in April.
Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death.
Mayor, this is Father John Paul here in Boston. We just finished the Holy Hour in reparation for the Black Mass, which I just heard was canceled.
Do you really want the stain of doing a satanic ritual on your fucking permanent record when you try to get a fucking job, young man? Every person in my group no longer gives a fuck. We no longer care. You're taking like Malcolm X. It only takes one person who does not give a fuck to change the world. Well, now you got a group of them.
If you saw the movie The Exorcist, do I look or different? Poltergeist, you saw Hollywood's version of how man deals with evil spirits.
This may sound pretty far out, but this is what we see in all these years of doing this kind of ministry.
Exorcisms, or casting out demons from people, is very real, and in fact is an everyday occurrence. We're going to show you actual exorcisms, not dramatized or reenacted, but as they were, videotaped at some recent meetings. My name is Everett Cox, and I'm a mortgage banker, an ordinary businessman involved in this volunteer work of setting people free from the real enemy.
The average Christian that comes for ministry, by the time the evening is over, the ministry's over, they will have had around 36 spirits cast out.
We open the door to those with fear, stress, anxiety. We open the door to the demonic to affect our physical bodies whenever we are not walking in faith, but we're walking in fear.
It'll usually, they'll first feel it in their midsection, and then they feel it actually physically moving in their body upward toward the throat. Now, as the spirit comes up into their throat, many people then yawn them out. You see that a lot. They may even burp it out. We see them. Sometimes the burps are loud. It embarrasses them.
Many denominations really downplay the supernatural. And there seems to be a tremendous amount of interest in the supernatural with young people. And so they're reading Harry Potter, they're looking at all kinds of things on the web.
I read the books when I was really little, but to be honest, I didn't stick with it.
And they see those movies and the books and stuff, and they get excited about those powers out there, those spiritual powers. And there is power there. And so they go online. You know how young kids go online now? Well, they get on there and they go to witchcraft sites. And they start learning about witchcraft. Well, of course, here come the demons, you know.
Why'd you ask me that?
That's not what led you to Satanism.
No, Harry Potter was not what led me to Satanism. Thank you for that.
All I can say is I am totally against Satanism and witchcraft. And I'm going to shoot it down any way I can. That's where I'm coming from. Any of us that belong to Jesus have an obligation to counterattack, because they're attacking us.
There are a lot of people that don't like the sound of the shofar because it does something to them inside. This shofar was given to me by a friend of mine. It had been in his prayer room for 10 years. And so it was saturated with prayer.
Prayer is thought, and thought has been, thought is energy. So I guess the power of prayer, to an extent, is is kind of a magical practice that could have effects.
Are they going to be out there fucking walking around the stupid civic center, jacking off and doing whatever the fuck they do? Sure, fine, great, whatever. But as soon as I get in there and I put down the first fucking blessing, I put down the corruption prayer, the shit clears up and we got freedom to do what we need to do.
I personally haven't seen Christian prayer as a power ever working in my whole life. So, I honestly say that.